Discussion of possible action concerning the Title 51, Section 151 Tort Claims Act, in particular the process for residents to be reimbursed who sustain automobile damage while driving on substandard county roads. As example for discussion is the case of denied tort claim for county resident F. Daniel concerning financial loss sustained on or about 6/01, and I think it's 2019. I probably put a bet. I know you put that in there exactly as I wrote it, so I wrote that wrong. And it wasn't when Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. Okay. It was this year. Automobile damages in the amount of $628.68. Mr. Daniel come and talk to me after this was processed. And to be quite honest with you, I'm learning a lot about the Tort Claims Act of Oklahoma myself, and I'm not sure I fully understand how this is supposed to benefit the people that live in our county. If the Tort Claims Act allows the county a certain period, a grace period, to fix issues on the road before a tort is paid for damages caused to a resident's vehicle on it. And that's kind of where I'm stuck. I'm trying to figure out how that works, and I mean, if we've got, I've heard 30 days is what some people's told me. 30 days, some people's told me another story. I haven't really done the research on that section of the Tort Claims Act, but if we got a hole in the road and we've got a resident runs over it, hits it, we've got a lot of holes in the roads, in our county roads, because we don't get a lot of money to fix roads with, and that's kind of the effect that you have. And so there was an article that came out this year that talked about the major metropolitan areas in Oklahoma City, major metropolitan area, which we're in. Averages, they did an average cost of what it costs an individual that lives in that area to maintain an automobile, and the damage, the estimated damage caused by the substandard roads in the Oklahoma City metro area was about $1,000 a year extra. Okay, so it cost a resident $1,000 a year in automobile damages that they sustain on the roads, caused by the roads, to drive on our roads. So that's a tax, if you will, on those individuals that just to live here, because the state doesn't spend enough money to maintain the roads properly. Okay, so that's an undocumented tax, if you will, but it's still a tax and something that people have to pay. And that's what I'm curious is, if we don't get enough money to fix the roads, and then we get an open window that allows us to not fix the roads and not fix damages caused by it, I'm not sure how that supports the people we're supposed to be here to represent. And I just wanted to talk about this, and I'm trying to figure out a way, since this tort claim was denied, and it's pretty obvious it was the damages were sustained on the roads. In this case, there were two rims bent, 2 tires blown out, hitting a pothole. We were out there the next day after it was reported to us and fixed it. But if we don't, it was like, okay, how long did it take you to go fix it after it was reported to you? Well, the accident had already happened before it was reported to me, so I'm not sure how long the hole was there. Trying to be fair to everybody involved is what I'm trying to do here. I understand that our insurance company denies that tort automatically like that, because that's the rules that we live by. But I'm not sure this is why we're here. So I'm gonna quit talking now. But you
Well, I mean, my opinion, if you didn't know about it, you can't fix it.
Right.
So if you hit it, I hate that for him, but if you open that door, I mean, that's all you're going to be doing is, if we don't leave it up to our insurance company to decide.
Right.
I had an older lady here not too long ago, and She had gone across this pothole in the dirt road at least 3 times, she admitted. And on the 4th time, she damaged her vehicle. And so she was wanting to get reimbursed for that. I don't know whether we did or not. However, you know, that was the 4th time, and when she did it, my grader operator was on the spot getting ready to fix the dang thing when she went through it and tore her car up. So what do? We've got a lot of road hazards out here on these roads, and that's what they are, is they're road hazards. And I believe that's the reason why they denied that. Now, would we like to fix it? Heck fire, yeah, we'd like to pave every road there is in this county. But, you know, the legislators simply do not recognize our request, if you would. But I do think there's good things coming down the pike from what I'm hearing, hopefully, with this legislative session. We'll see.
Well, Marvin, my thinking, you just talking about the undocumented tax. I mean, a lot of that's a choice too. I mean, you know, they choose where they want to live. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm kind of, if you want to pay this guy, I'll support you, whatever you want to do in your district.
Oh, I do want to pay him. I mean,
But
we haven't got to that part yet. I'm going to pay him one way or the other.
Just in my district, I mean, I want to kind of try to have the guidelines to follow, so I just don't open that door up.
I appreciate that, and I don't care to open that door up either, but, you know, Mike talks about there might be something going on with the legislature and all that. I really don't hold that a whole lot of hope for that, because hope and change, you know, you can hope in one hand and change in the other. It ain't going to happen. Here's my thoughts. We don't get enough money to fix the roads. So why don't we just give the money back to the people that damage their vehicles on our roads? I understand that's not the direction that we need to go.
Okay.
I understand that.
Does the county have that?
But I'm gonna tell you that's why we're here, is to support the people that live here, not to defend the state, not to defend the Tort Act. Okay, it's to help the people that live here. And in that, I would like the board's concurrence to pay this out of my road fund, or whatever we need to do to pay this claim to this young man.
I have no problem with you doing it out of your budget.
Yeah,
If it's legal.
Here's ours paid out.
Okay, so I think before you actually, my opinion, move to pay it, we need to do a little research with Mr. Bartow. The Tort Claim Act is clear in that a denied claim goes back to the party with the ability to file a small claim to have this settled. I don't know, I suspect, but I'm not sure that we don't have to do that before we can pay it.
Okay.
So just legal advice is what I would advise to receive in this circumstance.
And then I would move that we ask Mr. Or ADA Bartow to find a way to allow us to do this.
Okay.
If you need a second, I'll second that for you.
All right. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Now we're open for discussion. You can talk.
Well, hey, first of all, thank you guys for even entertaining this. Just give you a brief rundown of how this happened if you guys haven't had to deal with it. I've lived in the county for 15 years now, something like that. So I even have a tire I just picked up recently where I hit a different pothole, which I informed. But since, you know, like Mr. Godwin said, I lived here long enough that it happens. And I'm okay with it happening. I mean, you know, but this one here was a little bit more, this was extraordinary. You know, I already know the wheel place that will fix wheels, you know, at 90 bucks a pop and stuff like that. But this is the first time, though, that I had a wheel and tire, you know, situation. And it was sharp. To Mr. Godwin's credit, when I filed this claim, the insurance guy, Andy Keller, he told me that they had a phone call on Friday, and I woke up Monday morning with the sound of big equipment behind my house, and they were fixing the pothole. So, to Mr. Godwin's credit, when he knew, that's what happened. It was one of them things that just deteriorating, and then all of a sudden, it was a sharp edge. You know, it was, I can't call you guys every time starts to sink, because you got big holes that need to be fixed over that. The process in and of itself, I completely agree. I'm an accountant, and I understand why you can't pay it out of just randomly, and I also understand you can't open up this door for everybody and their brother who wants $90 or whatever. I absolutely get it. However, I do feel the process maybe could change a little bit, because if you came to me and said, hey, you owe me $600, but I'm the one who gets to choose whether that claim is true or not, I feel like maybe more of an independent type situation would at least for public perception make it appear that we're not just, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, then I'll leave it at that. Go ahead,
I
sir.
mean, my thinking is, I mean, you might have hit a pothole. I'm not saying you did.
I understand.
You could have hit a pothole in Oklahoma County and then drove by this one in Logan County. So, well, hell, Logan County, they pay that out. I'll just
I understand.
say it happened in Logan County. I'm not saying you did, but people could say that pretty easy. So I would caution the board to be very careful on that.
I agree with that, and that caution is certainly appreciated, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little insight on what I went through for no apparent reason other than so maybe more info. That's all I remember.
But thanks for reading the comments.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for inviting me, actually.
Yes, sir. Thank you.